Good evening,
Uh,
everyone. We're live here on the 5 by 5 podcast. My name is Mina.
and my
And
name is Tanya. This is the second episode of our brand new podcast, the 5 by 5 podcast, where we talk about
Yay.
all things geeky. And what do we have in store for them today, Mina?
Okay, we are talking about our favorite things for 2013. So, we actually have three guests tonight, and because of what happened last week, where we said we would run for 30 minutes, but we actually ran for an hour, we decided to just keep our favorite things to one thing.
Uh-huh.
limited limited to one thing, so we'll do that. And then we'll talk to authors Chris Mariano, Chrissy Peria, and Miles Stan. They're going to talk to us about their romance novels and also their really cool Kindle short story project. And
Oh,
then we're going
awesome.
to talk about, right before we go, we're going to talk about the new Divergent clip from the movie that came out recently.
Excellent, excellent. I just saw that clip. It looks very interesting. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, Mina, uh, favorite thing of 2013, what do you
Okay,
have?
so I will go first then. So I like to read. This 2013 was a great year for me in terms of reading. I got to read, I guess, I think it was like the best reading year I've had so far. I read
Oh.
over 60 books, and that never happens.
Oh.
I'm usually like 20 to 40 at best. So I actually got a Kindle Paperwhite this year, so that really upped
Oh, yeah, it
my
looked really
reading.
pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty, and then I can finally like read without needing extra light. So
Hmm.
I got extra reading hours at night because of it, and just a lot of ebooks going on sale, like the ones that we're gonna talk about later. But yeah, so my favorite from this year, I actually bought as an ebook when it went on sale, and it's called Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Have you read it, Tanya?
No, I have not, although I did get an ebook copy, and I will be reading it soon.
Yay!
So this was
So
because of you were like
I
fangirling
was
about it.
fangirling about Fangirl. That's
I
right.
thought,
No,
fine, I'll just. So what makes it so special?
okay, I loved it. Normally, I would not read something I had just read this year another book from Rainbow Rowell called Attachments, and
Hmm.
normally I don't read another book by the same author so soon, but
Ah,
people were,
give chance
yeah,
to
it's a
others.
thing. Yeah, it's a thing. But there's just so many people raving about it, and people I trust, because that was one of my resolutions this year in terms of
Ah,
reading. Yeah, to just read books that people said they loved.
okay.
So because I think it would guarantee like a better experience. So I actually did that. So I read
Hmm.
Fangirl right away. After I saw it was on sale, I bought it. I read it, and it's really really great.
What's it
It's
about? I mean,
about
what is the theme? What was the theme?
okay. Fangirl is about it's the story of a girl who's going off to college. So it's a story about a girl with a twin sister, but they've grown up to be quite different from each other, but they're going to the same school. But so Cash, the main character, is trying to figure out uh, life in college, but she's also apparently a really famous fanfic writer.
Is
So
it really?
she
Is it mostly about the world of fan fiction or about college? Because I was not sure.
It's college, but also fan fiction. So that's where it's multi-layered, at least in my view.
Hmm.
It's about, so you see Cash like figuring out her friendships, and this guy who kind of likes her, and another guy, but it's also her trying to continue this fanfic that she's been writing for years for a fandom that kind of looks like Harry Potter. It's not Harry Potter. It's about a boy wizard.
Ah,
It's about,
but it's based on that, right?
yeah, kind of looks like that. So and then you actually see excerpts of, so you're reading Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. You're reading excerpts from the original material, that she's
Mm-hmm.
fangirling on, and you're
Mm-hmm.
also reading excerpts from her fanfic. So
Okay.
so
Ah.
it's that dense multi-textured universe where you're getting all these stories, and they kind of are related in that every storyline, it seems to be its own storyline in a way, and it's a wonderful, for me at least, it really gets
Mm-hmm.
what writers go through, and maybe what fanfic writers go through.
Oh, really, really?
Come on, who here is actually secretly a fanfic writer? Please raise your hand.
Me, I'm raising my hand.
And yeah, can you actually relate to this? So I just loved it, and I think it's my best of the year. Yay! So
All right, excellent.
yes. How about you, Tanya? What is your
Oh,
best thing
my
of the year?
best thing this year that happened this year for me was the so I have this favorite Japanese rock band. They had a tour in Europe and Asia this year. It was like the first time they
Yes.
ever did that. The name of the band is One Ok Rock. It's One
Okay.
OK Rock, but the Japanese
That's
say
how
One
it's
Ok Rock.
pronounced? One
That's
okrak.
it's
Okay.
yeah, it's how it's pronounced. Although it's some for some weird reason, whenever their audience are like English speakers, they say One OK Rock because I think they assume that that's how they're gonna pronounce it. That's how they'll
I
say it.
actually, that's how I would say it in my head whenever I would see
Exactly. That was the
postings of
first
yours.
when I
Yeah.
first heard of them. That when I read, so I was like, okay, one OK Rock, and then when I got into the fandom, everybody kept calling it One Ok Rock. I'm like, okay, so that's how it's. So, well, apparently, according to the lead vocalist, Taka, either way is fine. So,
They don't care.
yeah, yeah. The thing is so they had their very first European and Asian tour this year, which is like the first time they ever did that, and it's very if you're familiar with Japanese, pop singers and the like. These guys they hardly ever tour outside the country. Like if J-pop is very popular outside Japan. You have them like all over the world, and they all have to go to Japan just to watch a concert. And but these guys, One Ok Rock, they are different. They love going abroad and performing outside of the country, and they love meeting foreign fans. And so yeah, it was pretty exciting. I caught them in Hong Kong and Singapore. Um, and but they did shows in Paris and
Was it the same
Germany.
show
And
twice? Did you
yes,
just
it was
watch
the
the
same
same?
show twice. Yeah. And the amazing thing about them was that I have their DVDs of their concerts in Yokohama Arena. They've had two already so far. Last 2012 and 2013. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I compare that to the shows in Hong Kong and Singapore, which I went to. Now, Hong Kong and Singapore, well, basically the Asian and the European dates, the shows, they're not big enough to be concerts. The venues are very small, and
What's
the odd
considered a small venue?
I don't know, but it was so small they did not need a video wall. In
Okay.
most places, yes, there are rules about these things. Like if you have a concert and you have more than this many people in the audience, you are required to put up the video wall. But
Okay.
in their case, apparently they didn't have to. It was that small. There was only one place where they had to put up a video on. That was Taiwan, because
Mm-hmm.
apparently they have a really massive fan base and the venue was huge. So yeah, it was very intimate, and I compared their performance in these shows and the ones I've seen on the DVD in Yokohama, which is a ginormous venue. They have the same like energy and enthusiasm no matter how big or small the venue is. It's amazing. A lot of pop acts or rock acts, it's like, oh, we're this big, and we're used to this big venue. And if we play in a small venue, they're like, they sort of don't feel that, it doesn't feel the same way. But with them, it's with One Ok Rock, it's like, it's the same. They're just as happy to see, like, I don't know, 500 of us as they would like 50,000. So yes, that was my favorite thing this year. And I finally got
Yay.
to, yeah, because of that, I got to go to Hong Kong for the first time.
For the
And
first
I
time.
love it,
Oh.
yes, for the very
Okay.
first time. And I went by myself. I was so scared. I thought I was going to get lost. and people kept talking to me in Mandarin, in Mandarin, Cantonese. Sorry, that was Cantonese. People kept talking to me in Cantonese, and yeah, I had to. But I managed, and I had a really good time. So, and I hope next year, uh, I get to see other great shows, and I hope you guys do too. 2014.
What
So,
is there a thing about bringing them here? No one has tried to
um,
yet?
there are talks. Yes, we have
Oh,
been writing
talks.
them apparently, and their production, their talent agency knows that the fan base in Manila is asking them to perform here. So we'll see. Probably, maybe, yeah, but there are talks. So they're interested. So cross my finger. They actually have two shows this year in February in New York and LA. I bought a ticket to the New York show, but I think I'm
Are
gonna
you
miss
kidding
it.
me? Okay.
I think I'm gonna miss it, but who
That's
knows? We'll see.
awesome.
We'll
I
see.
actually have a similar story
Yeah, yeah.
with
Tell us.
yeah, and no, I won't. But no, I mean it's actually that. It's actually that. No, I mean it was like more of a visioning exercise wherein you buy I bought a ticket to someone's New Jersey show and
Yeah,
without
someone.
someone's New Jersey show and not knowing if I could actually go there. And then I wasn't able to. But it was more of, uh, at least like being in possession of that ticket makes you think that it can happen.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
Hope. A ticket is a sign of hope.
Yes, yes. Okay, so
All right.
let's I guess let's start talking to the wonderful authors we have as guests right now and ask
Yes.
them about their favorite things.
Yeah, I
So
believe we had them prepare
yeah.
their favorite things too.
Yes.
So,
So how about we start with Miles? So
okay.
Miles, okay, so Miles Tan is an author of a romance novel called Finding X, and she was part of a romance class that I facilitated in 2013, which probably should be my favorite thing of the year. But anyway, um,
Wait, wait. I have a problem bringing her back in. Oh no.
okay.
No, I'm here. I'm
Ah,
here.
there you are.
Can you
Oh
Yes.
hear me?
yay!
All
Hey
right.
Miles.
I thought
Okay, so
Hangout
Hi,
refused to
everybody.
bring you back in.
okay, so Miles again. Miles is author of romance novella Finding X, and is also one of the co-authors of the Kindle short story All I Want for Christmas. So, Miles, what has been your favorite thing this year, 2013? I mean,
Oh my gosh. Too many to
one
mention.
thing.
Can I say that?
Sorry, one
No,
thing.
I think it would be traveling to Cambodia to Siem Reap
Oh
Oh, that
wow.
sounds
earlier last
good.
year. I made travel plans with a friend. We were there for 3 days. We went temple hopping and etc. It was actually really, really surprising and really, really, you know, kind of like finding yourself if soul searching
So
moment.
what did you
But
find exactly? What
What?
was the self that you found?
I
It was
think
your
I would
first
have
time?
found it if I stayed a few days more.
Well,
But
it's an excuse
we,
to go
we
back then.
yes, definitely, definitely. And actually, uh, it was a bit underrated in the area. Well, I've been told so many things about it that I didn't really know what to expect, except the temples. Um, but going to the place, you wouldn't think, but everywhere has Wi-Fi.
Oh
Oh, wow.
wow.
That is
Even
Awesome.
in the old market. Even
that
in
is
the
like
old
one of the
market.
best
Like,
incentives to go for me to go there.
of course it is.
I
But
was
yeah,
about to
you wouldn't
ask
know it.
you. Yeah, I was about to ask you like most useful travel tip to go to when going to Cambodia, but that's a wonderful tip right there.
Everywhere has Wi-Fi. You just need to ask. You just have to ask. But they have. And everyone's so friendly. Like literally everyone. And
Yeah.
it's not creepy friendly, like really hospitable friendly, like really hospitable friendly. And yeah,
Thank you
and
for
there's
clarifying that, because it's usually the first thing I ask, like, how friendly. It's like they offer you your
and also
toothbrush friendly, you know.
because there are user friendly ones. There's also this one. It's walking distance from our hostel. It's Artisans de Angkor. It's like tahanan na walang hanggan,
Mm-hmm.
but more so of they're not disabled or whatever, but more of people that looking for work. They give people work. They teach them how to uh, do sculptures, do silver works in the process of the old ways. They did
Mm-hmm.
restorations for the
The old ways.
temples. Yeah, and it's really good. You'd see the beautiful artworks there. So
Like
it's a good place to
how
visit.
much should someone budget to go on a trip like that?
I'll have to get back on to you on that one because
No, but
I
staying in
still
hostel, so not necessary. It's more of a backpacker traveler type.
yeah, there are hotels nearby, but I got the hostel, my friend and I
Hmm.
did, and it's actually okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually 100, what's the shucks, I forgot the the currency for Cambodia.
It's Cambodia.
It's the
I
it's a
guess you
Google
didn't
will
hundred.
bring
be
back
our friend
any.
on this. Yeah.
It's the
So
real.
there
Apparently,
you
it's the
go.
real. Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. So, yeah.
Anyway, I'll just say the dollars. It's $10 a night in our hostel, which has pretty fast Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
you
Oh,
can get
wow.
breakfast downstairs. And it's walking distance to the old market and to the what I told you is the Artisans de Angkor. So
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's
Well,
and you can and if you don't mind the sand and because the sand gets to you because it's a really dry place. Uh,
okay.
and you have to have sunblock and umbrella. But yeah, it's really nice to walk around the area.
So
So yeah,
Okay.
sunblock,
that's
bring sunblock,
Noted. Noted.
definitely sunblock. And
and maybe a scarf.
try to go there in the colder months because it gets really hot. It can get
Mhm.
really hot.
What are the colder months in Cambodia?
I guess around our side, no, January, December, February. Yeah.
Okay. So basically the same here,
Yeah,
more
the
or
same
less.
here. Definitely not summer.
All right. So
You'll get
do you need a visa for Cambodia?
no, you don't need a visa.
All right.
Oh, it's the
Cool.
Yeah,
ASEAN
it's an ASEAN country, so
ASEAN. We can go
you
in.
just need
Yeah.
your passport.
Yay.
And they really
Yay.
have a beautiful airport, so yeah, it's nice too.
That is so. I didn't actually think of, but I am thinking of going there.
It's
Uh,
a nice
Yes,
place.
even though there will be no concert there.
Fine. Yeah. I know. I just realized
You
I
should
go
go. You
to.
should go anyway. Yes.
Yeah. The reason why I travel is really mostly to catch concerts. Miles, I hear you're a fan too
Yes, I
of
am.
my
I
Japanese voice.
actually, yes, very much so. I discovered it early last year too. It's actually they had this one song remake that was used in a fan vid for a manga that
Oh, okay.
in
It
Nico
was a fan
Nico.
vid. All right.
It was a fan vid. I uh didn't know them from anywhere else. And then
Okay.
the song was really good, so
The
we
remake.
tried to look for
Yeah.
it, and then boom, there it
There you
started.
go. Oh,
And I'm
yeah. Go on.
and I'm really surprised that Taka, even though he does this head thing,
What head
his
thing?
voice is still modulated. Di ba
What
he
head thing?
headbangs?
They all do that. Yeah.
But his voice is still modulated.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
His voice doesn't break, so
Did you go to the tour? Did you go to any of the concert dates of
I
the tour?
wish I could, but I had a project,
Oh,
so I
so
couldn't
sad.
go.
You know, the thing
I
the
know.
thing you find out when you watch them live is that it's like
Mm.
it's like a huge mystery because Taka's like super tiny, He's like, I don't know, 5'4" or something.
And where does his voice
And
come
his where
from?
does that voice come from, right? And it's I actually caught Wano Crack for the first time when I saw the Rurouni Kenshin movie, the live
Mm-hmm.
action, because they
Yeah.
sang the song, the theme.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
Beginning.
yeah, the beginning.
the
Yeah.
If you're trying to recall, yeah,
may I
yeah,
say, Dia on Twitter at
hmm
S Teardrops
uh-huh,
is saying the same thing.
yeah.
Also, I love one Ok Rock single in the Rurouni Kenshin
There
soundtrack.
you go.
FYI,
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
If you're listening
Yeah.
to this and you're trying to recall which song that was, when the closing credits start to roll, that's the song.
Okay.
And when I first heard it, I was like, why did they get an American band to sing the song of this, live action movie based on a manga? And then I found out later, oh, okay, they're Japanese, because the first verse is in English.
Okay.
And
And then the rest.
and when Taka sings, he fakes an American accent. So you have no idea they're Japanese until they get to the Japanese part. So
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
yeah, so
Okay.
it's
We
excellent.
did
Now,
agree.
Yeah,
hey.
even our common Japanese friend Mina says that. Yeah,
Oh. Oh, right. Yes.
pretty good.
We should have her on. But
Yeah, I know.
anyway,
We should.
let's
Yay.
ask Chris what her favorite thing for 2013 is. Can we have Chris? Okay, let me just introduce Chris Mariano. So Chris is also an author of a romance novella. Her novella's title is Cover Story Girl. It's out on Amazon, and she's also co-author of All I Want for Christmas. Chris, are you on?
Chris is. Chris, are
Yes.
you here?
Yep, now I'm on.
There you go.
Hi, hi
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Chris.
Chris. Hi, Chris.
Thank you
Chris,
for joining
favorite
us.
thing for 2013?
I think my favorite thing for 2013 is it has to be Tabletop. It's a web series created by Will Wheaton and Felicia Day on
Oh,
their
okay.
YouTube channel. And it was only this year that I discovered it. And what they do there is that they invite guests to play one particular board game during the show. It, and then because of it, I've actually discovered so many interesting games that and I've had hours of bonding time and with my friends because of it. We've played games like card games like Star Flux, Zombie Flux, Munchkin,
Okay.
and these are games I played with Chrissy and Miles too. So yeah,
Oh,
and then
fun. So it's
recently I
it's a show.
ordered.
It's a show of
It's
people
yeah,
playing a
just
game.
playing board games. Yeah, Will
Okay.
Wheaton, he introduces the game, he describes the gameplay, and then for the next 30 minutes they play the game, and then somebody explains the rules. Um, but it's really really fun. I didn't think I'd sit down to watch people playing a board game, but then when I saw how much fun it could be, well, yeah, my friends are interested in it too, so we started playing. Yeah, I've played Starflux countless of times with Chrissy. I've played Pandemic, which is a cooperative game with Miles. So these are things that I think are nice little bonding activities for friends. But I think in a way it's helped us brighten up my 2013. So yeah.
So it's like using YouTube and podcasting and the new media to get people back into like tables and
Yeah,
playing
exactly.
games in person.
I know, yeah.
Awesome.
Do you guys
Awesome.
play any of these things? Have you
I
tried a
just
board game
had
before?
I've actually I think most recently it wasn't a board game but it's gestures. We
Oh, okay.
uh I played well I watched some family members play gestures. So it's I guess it's like charades but with a little contraption that sort of times you and
Mm-hmm.
makes you move stuff along. And Say It Charlie on Twitter is searching for tabletop on YouTube right now. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for the recommendation, Chris.
What's
Glad
nice
we
of
are
yeah,
introducing people
People
to
to,
stuff
yeah.
to yeah to kill time with. Yes.
Nina,
exactly. Well,
I notice our guests are very good at selling stuff to our audience. Cambodia. Now they talk about Cambodia on the hashtag. They now are interested in going there, and now
Because
tabletop.
of the Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah, Wi-Fi sold. You guys are
So
nerds.
okay, I think
excuse me, my nerd is showing.
You're
let's
excused.
bring
You are
in
very,
let's bring in
excused.
Chrissy right now. I'd say
Yay.
let's bring in Chrissy. So Chrissy Perez also in the show right now. Chrissy is also an author, and she wrote All's Fair in Blog and War, which is a romance novella about travel bloggers who go to Macau. So kind of related. Let's ask her about Wi-Fi. Let's ask her about
Wi-Fi.
yeah. Chrissy, are you here? And what's your favorite thing for 2013?
I'm supposed to say that my favorite thing for 2013 is Sleepy Hollow, the TV show.
You're
But
supposed to say that. Okay.
yeah, but let's face it, it's not really Sleepy Hollow I'm after, but the guy there, Tom Mison, he's playing Ichabod
Ah,
Crane.
you know,
So
that's
there.
okay. Yeah. That's, yeah,
But
we have
really,
an yeah.
he's the
I
main reason why you
understand.
should watch Sleepy Hollow.
Okay, I'm actually not watching Sleepy Hollow yet. So what is it about, and what I mean, I've seen the Johnny Depp movie, but
Yeah.
is it the same? Is it different? Is it
It's quite a
some
departure from the Johnny Depp movie because the Johnny Depp movie is like straight from the book, right?
yes.
This one it's set in the present time, and it
Mm-hmm.
starts off with
Oh,
Ichabod
okay.
waking up during the present time. We're in Sleepy Hollow 2013, I guess, and he wakes up apparently after going after the headless horseman. After beheading him,
Mm-hmm.
he beheads him. Oh, is that a spoiler? Anyway, sorry
Oh.
about that. After dealing with the headless horseman in his own time, he's made to sleep. There's a spell cast on him, so he wakes up in our time where he's really lost. It's nice because aside from the supernatural elements and all, there's a comedy with his being dropped in a different era. So
Okay.
it's a nice it has comedic elements which makes it doubly entertaining aside from the fantasy.
Okay.
And he's
Is
really
there
guapo.
anyone else there? Okay. Noted. Is there anyone else in the cast that we would recognize from somewhere else?
The lead character, Abby Mills, I haven't seen her in other shows, but John Cho has guest appearances
John
there,
Cho?
and yeah,
John Cho? Sold.
yeah.
Okay.
We love John Cho. How often does he show up?
Okay.
Just the first few episodes, and I'm not
Oh,
quite sure if you guys will be ready for him there.
why?
What do you
It's
mean? Why would we not be
it's a
ready for
surprise. I'll stop spoiling you
Okay,
guys.
fine,
You
fine,
should
fine.
watch it.
Okay.
I did catch the pilot episode. And Orlando Jones is in. I don't know if you remember him. He
Ah, yeah, he's
was in the
there.
movie, and I actually found him. He's like an actor that I like. And but the thing is, he disappeared for a bit, but he's like always funny. And although I think he's not so funny in the, I don't know, is he funny in this
No, no,
show?
no. He's
No,
quite
he's the
serious
No.
same
here.
guy. He's serious. All right.
But
But
he
yeah,
appears more. He appears more as the series progresses, and I like his character. He's one of the characters I like there. So he's
yeah,
somebody to look out for there also.
yeah. Oh, great, great.
May
Noted.
I
Sleepy
add
Hollow.
something to that? To
Yes.
Who is
Orlando
this?
Jones.
Chris? Yeah, Chris,
This is
please.
Miles. This is Miles.
Miles.
Miles, sorry.
Miles.
A
Sorry.
different avatar is showing up.
Okay.
Miles,
Sorry.
please. Tell us what
Just
you.
going to add, Orlando Jones' character in Sleepy Hollow is very serious, but the actor himself is very active in Twitter and Tumblr.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh,
like
Is he
he's
yeah.
like the
funny
crazy
on
uncle
Twitter and
in
Tumblr?
Twitter and Tumblr. Like really, you should follow him there.
Oh, you know what?
Actually, the
Discover
yeah.
something. I don't watch Sleepy Hollow, but I did discover this weird fandom mashup called Super Sleepy. Have you guys heard of
What's
it?
No, no,
that?
no.
Oh, what is it
I
about?
have.
Orlando Jones talks about it. It's a it's basically Supernatural fans and Sleepy Hollow fans, like,
Super.
messing around.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's this thing on Tumblr where people make mashups of their fandoms, like uh they join screen caps of, from two shows and then put fake captions on it and stuff like that. It's hilarious. And so yeah, I do watch Supernatural, which is why I found out about it. And I remember one of the showrunners of Sleepy Hollow saying, guys, stop, get off our case about, copying Supernatural and whatever these other shows. We're basically copying everything. So that was a it's sort of your cue on how much fun this show is. So you guys should check it out. Sleepy Hollow.
We have a comment on Twitter from
Yes.
Dia again,
Mhm.
at S Teardrops. OMG Kitchen, OMG Chrissy's voice. I hear her.
I hope she wasn't disappointed. I mean, Chrissy sounds nice on
Yeah,
the
Just
show.
sounds, just sounds. I'm not.
What? Yeah,
I'm
there
more
you
Okay.
evil
go.
in real life.
I will ask you, author, some questions now from Twitter. So we were collecting some questions from Twitter followers, and I guess you don't all have to answer it. Maybe just answer what you feel like, and then if nobody speaks up, I will volunteer someone as tribute. And, so first, yeah, sorry. So first question is from Jev, on Twitter. If you can borrow a character from a romance class book for your own work, who would it be and why?
Mhm.
If you can
Um,
borrow a character
I'll just,
from, I guess, from someone else's romance class book, and
okay.
then add it to your own story,
Sige,
who would
I'll go
it be
first.
and why? Okay.
I think it would be nice to have a world where um, Chrissy from Agay's Vintage Love, Agay
Mhm.
Llanera's Vintage Love, she owns a vintage shop, and it would be nice to have a world where her vintage shop is next to Eloisa's bake shop. Eloisa from Save the Cake by
From
Stella
Save the Cake
Torres.
by Stella Torres. That's right.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
it's a cute
Yeah.
little
You just made a little
thing.
mashup there.
There you go. See, I told you it's a thing.
Yeah.
Mashup.
Mashups
And a
are fandom
mashup.
mashups are a thing.
Yeah. Do you have how about Miles or Chrissy? Do you have any mashup ideas?
I'd like to borrow Vince, also from Vintage Love. Not
Haha.
just because he seems cute, but I think he'll get along with my characters. I mean, if I want to write them together, I think it'll work.
Yeah, I mean, you can have that whole like vintage sellout debate going on. Debate going on with the characters. So that's cool. Here's another question from Det Adrian. Do you guys have quirks before or when writing? If yes, what are those? I guess special writing related quirks,
Mhm.
weird stuff that you do.
Um, Coffee doesn't really count as a quirk anymore. I mean, all of the writers drink copious amounts of coffee when they work, so I guess that doesn't count. But during the time when I was writing All Spare, I had this special thing where you see, during that time my daughter was she was just 2 or 3 months old, so I'd have to make her sleep just to be able to write. So during that
Mhm.
time, I'd put on a special cloth diaper on her just to make sure she sleeps longer. It had a special
Okay.
print which had letters on it. I know it's weird, it's pamahiin sort of thing, but it worked. She'd sleep through the night and she'll let me write just to do it.
Wow. Wow.
I know it's
Yes,
weird.
because Chrissy, if you don't know, if you people listening don't know, Chrissy wrote her romance novella while her daughter was really young. Like how old? How
Around
old?
2 or 3 months old.
Yeah, okay. And it's actually, I mean, we've talked about this before, but it's actually easier to write when they're at that age, when they're younger, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I guess you're
when
speaking
they're
from experience, you know. Uh, if I think if you're able to like take care of your kid and be able to write, it's like that's a terrific feat. I don't know if I can do it.
how about Miles? Any quirks?
I think it would be considered a quirk um when you're going through the dialogue, you talk to yourself. So I do that.
Oh, yeah. Do you do it in public?
So no.
Why not? Like for obvious reasons.
I
And
actually
sometimes
recommend it. Yeah. It
yeah, I
you
talk to
should
myself, I talk
hear.
to my sister.
Yeah, you should hear how it sounds, if it sounds natural or normal.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I've read like I don't know this popular writer or two of them. They did say that you know if you one of the best ways to know if you're you know doing writing you know if your writing's you know improving or whatever is to try reading it out loud and not just the dialogue because if it sounds right you know then it'll probably read well or I don't know something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay,
So
I will read this question from Clarissa. Any writing related goals for 2014 aside from the next book, of course?
Ooh. Um, for me, I think my writing related goal would be to publish more speculative fiction.
Okay.
Yeah, online. I think yeah. Before romance class came along, I was sending out my short stories to other online journals, and maybe in 2014 I can go back to that habit.
do you have any
Okay.
speculative fiction work online?
Right now,
Please tell everybody about that one thing you won an award, Chris.
oh
Do
no,
it again. I insist.
um, there was a contest. There was a contest
Neil
sponsored by.
Gaiman.
Sorry.
Oh no, but yeah, there was a contest sponsored by Fully Booked and Neil Gaiman, and on their third year I joined it, and that was how I actually met Mina. Kinda met Mina.
Ah, so what was the
Uh-huh.
title of this story? Is it a story
Um,
or a
it's a
comic?
short story called
Okay.
a kind of flotsam. I think it's called a kind of flotsam. Yeah,
Yes.
I can't
I
remember. Yes,
read
it was.
I read the entries for that year, and then I blogged about
She blocked, yeah,
my
on live on
favorite.
LJ.
Yes, I blogged about my favorite stories from that selection, and I chose her story as my favorite, and then it won.
Ah,
Yay, me!
Yay, you.
you should be like a judge.
I know, right? But the cool thing was like I didn't know who Chris was. I just blogged about loving that story, and then she messaged me or I think commented on that blog post.
Yeah,
So that's
because
how
my
we kind of,
friend,
yeah.
yeah, and we had a common friend who showed me Mina's post, and she's like, "Yeah, here you go." That made me feel better.
So yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
how
there.
about Chrissy, writing related goals for 2014?
Aside from, well, the second book is in the works. Hopefully, I'm able to iron through the kinks through it. Aside from that, I really want to get my blogs back on track. I keep a food blog and a general lifestyle blog, and I haven't been writing on them as much as I should because of the book writing thing. But
That's
hopefully,
actually
I'll
a
be
good
able.
thing, you know.
I just hope I'll be able to manage them better, balance them better next year. This year it's 2014. Sorry.
Yes. How about Miles? Goals? Any other goals?
Well, I'm still going through if I'm well, there's this second book I'm thinking of doing, but I'm not sure yet, depending on time permits. uh, Thinking of doing uh, other things. I'm not sure
Okay.
about the writing stuff pa, but I just have to sort through some stuff first. But I really, 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 really want to write right now. So I just want to keep writing. So
That's awesome.
I, yeah,
That's awesome.
it, and I really want to thank you for romance class because it
Oh,
got
me?
me
Yes,
back.
yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
because it got me
Yay.
back on track in the writing part. Because the last time I wrote was in high school, and I really missed it. So yeah, thank you for that.
Oh,
Wait,
no,
maybe I
thank
should
you.
join writing
Thank
romance class too. Mina.
It will change your life.
Yes, it is, it is.
Can I like go
Yeah.
in and pretend to be like under a pseudonym or something? Like I don't know. You never met. You know.
I'm sure there are people who have done that, who are
Yeah.
hanging out there in the group pretending not to know anybody else there. But no, I mean, yay! I mean, I'm so glad, and I'm actually really happy that that all of you finished your books and then published them, and then they've been appearing on best of 2013 lists. So I'm really happy about that. I'm so
Yay.
happy and so proud about that because
Yes,
all of them are
you may
indie.
give Mina your tributes later on.
Yeah.
A percentage of royalties. No, just kidding.
Or chocolate.
Or
Bacon.
your firstborn for those
Or
who haven't
bacon.
had kids
Or
yet.
bacon. That's right.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Cake. I think she will
I
accept pie.
I have accepted pies and stuff. Okay, I just tweeted what the prize will be for if you're selected as best question or comment during this podcast tonight. So you will get the ebooks, all of the books written by our guest authors, including the collaboration that they have, the Christmas collaboration that they published recently, and you will have a character named after you in their next project. Oh my gosh. That's just that is a that is an awesome prize. So I think we should talk about this project that you did so people know what they're getting in case they don't have All I Want for Christmas yet. Who wants to start talking about it?
Who wants to start talking about it?
No.
I
Okay.
will have to volunteer someone.
Okay. Okay. I'll do it.
All right.
um,
Yay.
Dead air makes me feel uncomfortable. Sorry.
Yes, go
Um,
Chris. Uh-huh.
I think Chrissy was the one who first brought it up, and we
No,
all
you
wanted to
did.
do. I
You
did.
did.
Did
Yes, you
oh,
did.
okay. Well, in that case, but I think it was. We all wanted to do something together as friends. Celebrate friendship at the end of the year. And
Eehee.
we also wanted to. It was also our Christmas thank you to readers. So what we did was we got together and wrote a short story round robin style. Um, we took on individual characters from the short story All I Want for Christmas. All I Want for Christmas. Yeah. Um, and then Miles set up a forum for us, and then one person would start it, another would reply as another character, and then we kept on writing that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
how how easy or difficult was that compared to like
It's
writing something on your own?
it's very difficult because we need to talk in advance about where we want to take the story. We need to consider if we're staying in character, whether we're doing the right thing. It's really a collaborative effort where you need to keep communicating. And of course, afterwards, you're not done afterwards. You really need to go edit everything because in some cases, the transitions need to be fixed, or sometimes our intents would differ.
Hmm.
It's communication is key. Like in, ganon.
We I think we always got the consensus on the plot points, but and then we firmed up the outline before any writing was done. So
Okay.
once we got that out of the way, we just wrote as well. Well, here's the thing about us. I have to say this. Sorry. Miles, Chrissy, and I do a play-by-play, play-by-post role-playing game.
Okay.
Um,
So
so with
this
that,
is a bit familiar to you, is it?
yes.
Yes.
In a play-by-post, you role play by writing down actions and writing down the character dialogue. So since we were already in that habit, it was easy for us to just use these new characters and play along with them. Yeah. So once it was hard in one way because we had to keep on communicating. Unlike in our play by post, where basically you control your own character. Here we had to play by the outline. We had set rules and we had the set outline. But so that was the difficulty, but it was also something that wasn't alien to us.
Okay. But that's no, because when so I was surprised when you all announced that you had a new short story, a new romantic short story out on Amazon and it's going to be free. And then when I saw it, so we I think it was free at least as of earlier today, right?
It's
So
It
back on.
we we posted the link yesterday and I think earlier today and I hope more people were able to get it for free. But I think the cool thing is it's uh it's really sweet.
oh, thank you. Well,
It's really I think it's
mushy.
wait, excuse me, sorry. That was not sweetness making me cough.
I know. Are you
Sorry.
guys okay? Did you guys all like party too hard or something New Year's Eve?
Kind of. That's that's
Yeah.
another
Oh, si
no.
Mina.
Oh nga, sorry. But no, that's another fangirl story altogether. But no, but I guess what I really enjoyed about All I Want for Christmas being on Amazon is it's in English, it's romantic, it's like the short kilig story. And because like I guess Filipino authors when we write in English like we're trying to be it's like we're trying to find our place in this in English language romance, I guess. And when I read your story, I realized that this could actually be our place. The sweet, funny
Yes.
romance. 'Di ba? Yung kasi
Oo.
'di ba, like anything more adult is the realm of people who are more comfortable writing that. And what we realized I guess with romance class, a lot of us like to write this. We like to write the sweet kilig story that that I guess a broader age range can relate to. So I think
Yeah.
what you've started here can be because even with your novellas which are like over 25,000 words that still is daunting and that still like a first time author will still feel they can't do it even though we can tell people that they can. But what you've done here with All I Want for Christmas is it's short, it's really satisfying, and it evokes the same feelings, I guess, that we look for in romance novels. So I hope it's the start of something. I really do.
Well, thanks. That's really a lot coming from you.
So when's the next one? Sorry.
Next year. Oh, wait, this year.
Yay!
Should we,
Another
should we
one.
mention it?
Yeah. Yes, we can mention it. Oh, yeah.
Well, we're planning another round robin thing, hopefully sometime mid-year. That's where the tweet winner will be featured.
Okay. So I guess let's give them a few more minutes to vie to be the to be a character in your next story. So we'll close. Just if you want to win people listening to us right now, if you wanna be named as a character in their next story, send your questions right now, because we're
Yes,
almost
now.
we should be wrapping up in a
Yes.
few minutes. Yeah.
Oh, in the
So I guess
meantime,
yes.
Mina, maybe you'd like to talk about what's in store for our listeners on the next episode.
Oh, the next episode, we will be having Ron Lim over
Mhm.
as a guest. Ronald Lim. He's a writer for Manila Bulletin. He covers book related events. He reviews books, but he's also a big fan of One Direction.
Oh, excellent.
So
Since the
so
first
yeah,
episode of the 5 by 5 podcast, I
yes,
have been hoping for this to come up. I don't know why. I don't
wonderful.
even listen to them, but I'm sure a lot of you do. Come on, admit it.
So yeah, so when we invited him over to guest and he agreed. So he said, like, what do we talk about? So we could talk about a bunch of things, but I said, please explain One Direction to me. Please explain. Please explain. Please explain why One
And
Direction. And
and
I
he
think
agreed to this.
he agreed. He said he actually said he did not choose One Direction. One Direction chose him.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's very
So,
zen.
yeah,
Yeah, I like him. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm
So
looking
we
forward
will.
to next week's episode.
So that's next week.
Excellent.
That's One Direction,
And by the
and
way, for listeners, if there is a topic you'd like us to talk about or something in the news that is geeky or just let us know. All you need to do is tweet us using the hashtag um, 5x5. These are the numerals 5. Okay, 5x5 podcast, and we will see it, and we might include that in the next show. If you don't have Twitter, you can always just go to our website, 5by5podcast.com, and just there's a contact page there, and you can just send us a message and talk about, give us your comments, your questions, suggestions, and we
yes,
welcome all feedback.
yes. So this show will actually be on YouTube even
Mhm.
after the live broadcast. So you
Yes.
can, even if you missed it, you can listen in. You can text us. You can tweet us your comments anyway.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, you can tweet us
and
anytime. It doesn't have to be
anytime.
during the show. Yeah, we'll see it.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So while we're oh, okay. So I guess let's conclude our interview with our wonderful guest authors. Uh, just Chris, Chrissy, and Miles. Anything you would like to add? Any new thing that we should that you'd like to tell everyone about?
Um, well, I'm writing a short story collection. I hope that I'll wrap it up first quarter of 2014. If not by the end of January, then definitely the first quarter. Um, also, I'm supposed to greet a friend of mine who said he's listening. So,
Yay,
Okay.
go.
like, so yeah,
Go,
my friend
see.
Reeve says I should greet him. So hi, Reeve.
Hi, Reeve. Oh, Reeve asked some lovely
Reeve,
questions last week. Yeah.
yeah,
Hi, Reeve.
and he's missing this one, so I don't know. Anyway,
Oh,
Aw.
somebody named Cassandra says that she hates to admit it, but the story of my life is stuck in her head. I'm assuming this is a song, a One Direction song.
Oh no,
So
we
yeah,
gave it
come
we
on, just
gave it to One
you let your
Direction.
directioner feels out. Well, maybe not today. Next week, you save it for next week, and you can let everything out. All your directioner feels out. That's what they're called, right? Directioners. One
Yeah,
D. What?
I get we will get an
I'm
education
trying to
on this
remember.
next week. Yes,
Okay.
we will.
Ron will let
Okay,
us know.
how about Chrissy and Miles? Any projects you'd like to talk about? Any friends you want to greet?
sorry.
I'm working on the second novella, but I'm still ironing things out, so I don't want to make any announcements yet. So Miles.
Okay, no problem. Miles?
Announcements? Not really so much announcement. No, nothing right now.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I can now announce the winner
Yay, confetti!
of
Woo!
the ebooks and the character named after her in your next project, and it is Dia at S Teardrops on Twitter. Thank you for your comments.
Yay,
And for this,
congratulations, Dina!
and let's watch out for this character named Dia in the next story. I wonder what she'll be like. Yay!
I hope she's evil. I don't know. It's my
I can
thing.
do that.
Sorry. Well, they say that's the more challenging role, right? Oh, I'm kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, they didn't say what the story will be about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But watch out, maybe this summer.
Ooh, it's
Okay.
very,
It's out in
very
the road.
Hollywood blockbuster this summer.
Fun.
This
If you're only
summer.
going to read one book this summer, the story of
Okay.
Dia.
Yay!
All
The
right.
story.
So thank you, Miles, Chrissy, and Chris for joining us this week. And
Thanks for
good luck
having
to
us.
your
Thank you.
yeah. Good luck to your future projects. I hope you will guest on this show again in the future. So I hope this wasn't very too traumatic for you. And
Introverts.
all right, all right.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. We had fun. Thank you.
So Mina,
Yes.
next week, One Direction and Ron.
Yes,
Who-
One Direction and
who-
Ron.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about other stuff, right?
Yes, we will
We
be
will-
talking about other things. The world, I guess, does not revolve around One Direction just yet. So we will talk about other
Shh,
fangirly things.
don't tell Ron that.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll post about it. We'll post our fangirl topics. Everyone's free to
Yes.
suggest. But I guess right before we go, let's just talk about Divergent first.
Oh, right. Divergent. Almost forgot.
Yeah. So
So you are
so
okay. Disclaimer: I've never actually read any of the books. So
Okay.
Mina, you are the Divergent fan. So
yeah,
tell us about
okay. I suggested a Divergent moment because we wanted to have an Arrow moment every episode, but there was no new Arrow episode. So
Sadly,
this
no.
is yes, but instead the universe gave us a lovely clip from the movie Divergent. So if you're not familiar with the movie adaptation, it's starring Shailene Woodley and Theo James, and the clip is actually very what would you call it? Manipulative? It's a clip of Theo James playing for his character's name is For, and
uh-huh.
he shows Shailene, whose character's name is Tris. He shows Tris his tattoos, so he kind of has to remove his shirt, and then
Ah,
and then
I guess
and then
he had to. He had no choice.
he had to, he had no choice, had to do it. And then so he explains the tattoos because tattoos figure into the story and the characters
Mhm.
in Divergent. So the clip, the first, I guess, long scene that they show that's not part of the trailer is Theo James removing his shirt and showing her
Her
his
yeah,
tattoos. Yeah.
tattoos.
So you can find that clip on YouTube, but there's this weird singer-songwriter girl soundtrack over it, which I'm hoping is not actually in the movie.
What
But
soundtrack? Who?
there seems to be this weird singing girl
Weird
soundtrack
singing.
that makes it look like an episode from Dawson's Creek. But
Oh,
I'm hoping that's just for the internet and that it's not actually going to be scored like that in the movie. I hope not.
okay.
But yeah, I mean it looks interesting. I don't know though how mainstream the movie's gonna be. I don't. But I like the books and I like that clip. So if you're since you're on YouTube now anyway, go
Yes,
find that
go
clip
check
and
it
and
out.
enjoy the Divergent shirtlessness. Okay.
Remember, kids, don't before you show someone else your tattoos, make sure that you really, really like them, because
Yeah. And make sure there's a story to that tattoo, so it's not for nothing.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
get crappy tattoos. I mean, um, if you're planning on getting a tattoo, make sure you have one that you when you're 60,
You
not
would
something you'll be
actually like.
ashamed of when you're 60
Yes.
and a
Yes.
grandmother, like, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it was some unexpected sudden tattoo advice from someone who doesn't have one yet. But you should see Mina's tattoo.
Okay.
It's huge. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, they are invisible. Okay. So
So yeah,
yeah,
let us tell
that's
us your
it.
thoughts
Yeah.
about the Divergent clip, and the topics today, the topics we're gonna talk about next week. If you have any suggestions, again, you can tweet us using the 5x5 podcast, or go to our website at 5x5podcast.com and send us a note. All right.
Okay, and next week, yes, please explain One Direction to us. We would
Clueless.
be
Yeah.
happy to be educated by you.
All right. See you. Talk to you again next week. This has been the 5x5 podcast. Thank you.